Hi, this is Forrest, the eternal small fry YouTuber. I uploaded this video about a month ago in Japanese, but I decided to upload an English version with my own voice since it'd be better than adding subtitles. I used to keep on speaking with no photos or images, but I realized that it's a bit too tough for me to do so, and it's also a little unendurable that I have to see my own face the whole time. For those reasons, I've changed the way since then. This time, I brought up a serious kind of theme of do marriage and having kids really lead to true happiness? Let's find out. Is marriage a grave of life? Does marriage truly make us happy? This topic is something that I have been thinking about up until now. So I did a little research on Google about Japanese household rate. According to the data, 50% in the 30s and 70% in the 40s. Seeing this data, it was almost just as I personally expected. And then the households with children keep on declining. In 2024, the households with juveniles under 18 are only 16.6% out of the entire Japanese households. This is the lowest rate ever, and this is incomparable with the percentage back in 1986, which was 46.2%. Well, it's only natural for the government to concern about the ongoing low birth rate, but at the same time, it got me thinking of people starting to realize how tough and risky it could be to marry someone and have children. Although the statistics say so, having looked around the surrounding people of mine, there are a great deal of married people with kids in their 30s and 40s. We could categorize those people into happy, regretful, and unregretful. This is only my personal guess, but I'd say the majority of those people is just unregretful, which is in between both happy and unhappy. Needless to say that we have to spend plenty of time to think of tons of things before we finally begin baby making. Like, do you have the financial means to raise children without any hardships? Can you accept that you will have less free time for yourself? Can you properly raise them even if you get divorced? If your child has a physical or mental illness, are you prepared to raise them up to the end? If your child dies suddenly due to an accident or illness, do you have the confidence to carry on? What would you do if your child became a criminal? And what if you don't feel any affection for the child you gave birth to? Bringing a human being into the world comes with a great sense of responsibility and many risks. For your information, when I seriously considered these things, I felt a chill run down my spine and concluded that having children was 100% out of the question for me. Therefore, I genuinely do not recommend having children for those who feel frightened like I did. As a slight digression, I wondered what the difference is between married couples without children and unmarried couples living together. Of course, there are legal protections such as spousal deductions and child support allowances and tax benefits in some cases. But I think the actual lifestyle doesn't change much. This is just my personal opinion, but I've come to the conclusion that there's no need to force yourself to get married. If cohabitation gets stressful for you, living separately and meeting a few times a month might be fine. And in fact, that might be a better way to maintain a healthy relationship with the right distance. Some people might even find that too much trouble. There are certainly those who feel most comfortable being single and free to do as they please. And I hope such people continue to embrace their single lifestyle and fully enjoy their freedom, which is not liberty. I myself fall into this category, by the way. This discussion has ended up making people hesitate not only about having children but also about marriage itself. But we have already entered an era of diversity. Therefore, I believe that living a life where you don't get swept up by others, but instead stay true to yourself and aren't bound by social norms or public opinions is what truly leads to happiness. What do you think? This time I talked about marriage and children. If you want to get married or have children, I hope you take a moment to carefully think twice whether such a lifestyle truly suits you. If you found this video interesting or helpful, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel. See you again in the next video. Bye bye.